All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I did a video on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. If you guys don't know what Tiana's Bayou Adventure is, that is the new DEI ride that was replacing Splash Mountain. Now, the whole drama with Splash Mountain, if you're a Disney fan or maybe you have it in your from your childhood or whatever the case may be, it was so stupid. Like, everybody who looked at Splash Mountain knew that that was not a racist ride in the slightest. But Disney being Disney, they decided to bend the knee immediately from the moment an accusation of racism happened, and they decided to virtue signal to black people with this brand new ride that is basically a reskin of Splash Mountain, just with black people in it.
Wakanda forever!
Now, for people out there that love this kind of virtue signaling, I gotta imagine, why do you love this so much? Like, what about this really gets your rocks off? Because they literally just took Splash Mountain, reskinned it, and put a black girl on it from their history in movies and said, hey, we're sorry about our racism. Here's a black-led Splash Mountain version now. Be happy with that. Like, it's like the most bare bone, simplistic way to virtue signal for your supposed mistake, even though everybody knows it wasn't. Like, this was not a racist thing. Splash Mountain was not a racist thing. If anybody saw racism in a ride like Splash Mountain, you clearly were not enjoying the ride. I mean, I know the lines are long, but damn, like, nobody waits in a line that long and thinks about racism. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. It says Disney World adds tons of new Tiana's Bayou Adventure merchandise despite poor reception. Now, listen, that's not shocking, right? I feel like that should be pretty obvious. If they're adding a brand new ride, then they have to go all out. They have to go all in with this ride. So they're going to push out merchandise. They're going to put out advertisements. They're going to make characters walk around the park and whatnot for that particular ride. They have to. It's the same thing like with the Star Wars Hotel. But I will say this. You had a lot of people defending the Star Wars Hotel and essentially saying, you know what, all these people who are hating this hotel either can't afford it or they're just haters or whatever the case may be. Nobody wanted to admit that this particular hotel was failing massively, right? All the shills out there, they were trying to maintain their access and pretend like this hotel was the best experience ever and that it was totally worth the money and that everybody's loving it. And the only people who are hating it are grifters online, right? Or alt-right wing, whatever. You know, like that's what they were trying to say. They're going to do the same exact thing with Tiana's Bayou Adventure. But what I will say is that now these shills don't have as much ammo or as much of a leg to stand on anymore, because when we say things are broken, when we say things aren't looking good, considering what happened to the hotel and the shutting down of the hotel, we know what we're talking about. We can see when things are not looking very good, especially when this particular ride, if you guys missed my last video, has been caught breaking down constantly. This ride is breaking down nonstop. Even the animatronics are broken, and it's ridiculous because everything is supposed to be brand new, and yet it's breaking down. You got fire alarms sounding like crazy for some reason. People are catching this on video. Like, it's not even like we're just saying this or writing an article. There was even a video from Geeks and Gamers Park Hopping where it shows that the ride was broken. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's absolutely hilarious that they reskinned it. And it's sad to me because you are going to use black people to make up for your absolute laziness with this redesign. That's what it is. You're going to use these guys as racial shields, which I'm glad they don't do it to Latinos, but they're going to use you as racial shields to protect themselves from any criticism that's going towards Tiana's Bayou Adventure and how terrible of a ride it is. But it says Tiana's Bayou Adventure has been inundated with poor reception by the general public, but that isn't stopping the Splash Mountain replacement from receiving an all-out merchandise campaign at Magic Kingdom. Again, I don't think this is shocking. I feel like that's pretty obvious that if Disney's going to do this, like, it shouldn't be shocking. It's a great reminder that a poor showing by an attraction has more impact than just lower wait times. Like with the Galactic Star Cruiser, if Tiana's Bayou Adventure fails to generate huge support, it's going to be a very lonely time in the co-op. According to the Disney Parks blog, there's a huge list of items specific to this store. It's a joyful celebration with Bayou apparel. Find new fits for the whole family with attire featuring the logo for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, as well as Princess Tiana, Louis, and some of the new creative friends. Again, even the advertisements, they The virtue signaling is wild to me, right? Like they got to show black families being super happy in this new DEI ride. It's basically Disney being out here and saying, please forgive us. Please, we didn't know any better. Please forgive us. That is essentially what they're doing. It's hilarious and it's stupid that they have black families all over the place, I'm sure, in all their pictures. With, of course, they're smiling. Everybody's happy. What they're not showing you is the ride being broken down. They're not showing you the extremely long lines. They're not showing you any of that stuff. The fire alarms going off. No, they're going to show you black families being happy and celebrating the fact that this non-racist ride was replaced with a, for all intents and purposes, racist ride because they made this ride strictly to apologize to black people. That's essentially what it was. Outfit yourself from head to toe with fireflies and log flumes and fun with classic adult spirit jersey and Tiana's Bayou Adventure ear headbands. Okay, we got some white people here. All right, white people. All right, okay, I take that. I see that. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to need a Lois Cuddles plush. Look at this sweet smiling face. What I see is a shortcut to the Bayou. I wonder what that means. Would you check out the adorable interactive firefly, just like the fireflies in Walt Disney Animation Studios, The Princess and the Frog? And again, if you see this here, this is all pretty typical stuff, right? I don't think this is very shocking. Disney is going to do merchandise because where do they make their money? They make their money in the parks. They make their money by overselling you absolute nonsense that they can charge a maximum premium for because it's giving you the park experience. So by you going to the park, and this is the only way you can get this, otherwise you got to pay, some sort of like crazy price online from a reseller. Yeah, people rather go to the park and get the whole experience. So if they can make up their loss by selling merchandise to people who love being virtue signaled to, then I'm sure they're going to do so. That really shouldn't be very shocking to a lot of people. In addition to those adorable new critter plushes, you can bring home a Tiana plush doll ready for adventure in her new outfit. Again, all typical stuff, candy, plushies. What the fuck is this? Dookie chases? What is this? What is this? Bring home the spice of life. When Disney animation filmmakers were dreaming up The Princess and the Frog, they took inspiration from legendary New Orleans restaurateur Leah Chase for the character of Princess Tiana. As part of the merchandise for Tiana's new attraction, Walt Disney World will be the first place outside of Dookie Chase's restaurant to sell spices from Leah's family business. Speaking of spice, you can now read how to bring flavors of Nola from Tiana's palace to your kitchen with our friends at Disney Eats. Wow, Dookie's Chases, man. That is a crazy, crazy name. And honestly, I think it's genius. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like that is a great name to catch people's attention. But again, guys, very simple. Obviously, they're going to be selling what they can sell to try to get you to make up for their loss, right? They already know that this ride is not going to do as well. You pissed off a lot of people by removing Splash Mountain. I remember when they announced it, how many people went desperately to go experience the ride one last time before they took it down. And everybody who went there was saying, like, this is the most ridiculous thing. Why are we taking this ride down? This ride, nothing is racist about this ride. Nobody agreed with the decision when they went to the actual ride. But of course, on Twitter, you're going to have all these bots and whatnot trying to pretend like they're real and push this nonsense about how racist it was. So unfortunately, Splash Mountain is another death in the DEI spiral. And now we have Tiana's Bayou Adventure that I think over time you're going to realize is not going to be anywhere near as successful as Splash Mountain. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.